The most important weapon in any guerrilla warfare, Uncle Bill muttered as he uploaded the video, is information. He counted himself lucky. Not many laptops had disk drives anymore. But me, I was just high. Uncle Bill's old friend was a veterinarian, but he worked on people for cheap and quiet, and that meant horse tranquilizers. I think he gave me ketamine, I said. Ketamine. I started laughing my ass off. Keta nice. Very good. Should I mark the video not safe for work? I was still laughing. Keta mine. Keta yours. Uncle Bill sighed and toggled the age block. Sam, how long does this stuff last? The vet looked up from what he was doing, which seemed to be getting rid of evidence. A couple hours? Great! Uncle Bill put on a pair of headphones. Mob, I suggested. As the hours passed, I did eventually regain my lucidity, though I seemed to have just slept the most of it off. What's going on? I mumbled, as I woke up again for the nth time. Uncle Bill seemed to have fallen down the YouTube rabbit hole. Looks like we weren't the first to post videos of things the perps had done. Oh yeah? I got up and watched along. This one's from the very beginning of the invasion. That's the ship there. Uncle Bill pointed to a speck in the sky. I don't see anything. All of a sudden, a streak shot from the speck. That there is Pecos, Texas, Uncle Bill explained, as a shockwave decimated what looked to be a city on the horizon. The camera was blown over just as the video ended. Damn. Yeah, let's see how our video's doing. Uncle Bill opened another tab. It was flooded with comments. I saw everything from "This makes me sick" to "I'm a mother of two and I'm afraid to let my kids out alone" to absolutely tasteless abortion jokes. I also found this. Uncle Bill reached over and turned up the volume on the radio. You're listening to Guerrilla Radio, a woman said. We're broadcasting from our fortified cave in the middle of nowhere, and this next one goes out to S&R workers everywhere. They're still pulling bodies out the rubble, you know. Something faster now played. When the song was done, the voice spoke up again. This is Shameless Sherry, coming to you live from our trailer en route something or other. People are speculating on why we've never seen a male Shulvanti. Everyone has their own theories. What do you think, George? A man, ostensibly George, piped up. I think they're a race made entirely of women. Like, you know, they've either done away with men and reproduced by parthenogenesis, or, like, they keep males around for pleasure and breeding and that's it. A stupid porn saxophone played as he said that. Damn, that's some crazy stuff, George. I think the males are just smaller and less aggressive and numerous, so they keep them off the battlefield. How about we open things up to our listeners? 813-7813. Hi, Carla. You're live on air. Yeah, hi, a woman said over the phone. You ever see District 9? Can't say I have. Yeah, there's a lot of speculation in the movie that the aliens are just a biological sort of worker caste. I think that's what we're dealing with. Like, the Shulvanti are divided into different sorts of roles, like an ant colony. And for some reason, the soldier role is all women. Yeah, thanks, Carla. George, hit it. Alright, this next song is brought to us by Aliens Fuck Off. Kidding, it's the Butthole Surfers. That song sounded like a song. Uncle Bill turned off the radio. Seems there's resistance everywhere. I bet we could build up everything going on down here and get in contact with some of these other groups. I sat, thinking. That'd be awesome. And I guess you already have some people in mind? Some crazy Black Ops war buddies? Actually, yeah! Uncle Bill pulled out his phone and scrolled. I laughed. Very fun. Wait, you weren't kidding, were you? Uncle Bill didn't say anything. He just got up, so I followed him out. We climbed into the truck. As we pulled out of the vet's office parking lot, I looked over at Uncle Bill again. So, where are we going? Eastwich! Damn, that was something. Sturgis County had a number of small towns and villages. Grimsville, Dullisburg, Hyattsville. The only one big enough to appear on state maps, however, was Eastwich. It was kind of the big city to us Hicks, despite being a tiny town. Things are close together in Sturgis County. We made it to Eastwich in 20 minutes. As things got busy, I looked back over at Uncle Bill. So, who are we meeting? Okay. Uncle Bill breathed a long breath. This one goes back a while. In Vietnam, I was assigned to some guys called MACVSOG. That's a long acronym, but basically we assisted the CIA in Nam. After the war, MACVSOG was disbanded and replaced by Liaison Service Advisory. Same thing. We assisted the CIA in Panama, Grenada, and so on. Okay, so you were like a spy? Not really, just a soldier. We went on missions for a few, though, and that's who we're meeting. Oh, yeah, okay. Honestly, aside from the 7-foot-tall alien soldiers everywhere, Eastwich looked exactly the same. So, I didn't really know what to say, but we were pulling into a Denny's. I always thought spies met in, like, dark alleys and stuff. Nah. Uncle Bill parked and we went inside. I was starving, so I got myself one of those Schrinchter burgers they had, and a fuck ton of coffee. God, I needed this. I wolfed down my food as an old lady sat down. Hey, Margie! The lady laughed. God, I haven't heard that name in years. She picked up a menu. So, I assume you'll hear about the big purple elephant in the room. Uncle Bill nodded. The usual stuff we did? Sabotage, S&D, propaganda, assassinations and the like? Yep. I'll admit, I'd never really imagined former CIA agents as old ladies eating the Grand Slam and a milkshake at Denny's. She didn't even have aviators. Milkshake was a good call, though. I ordered one. I'll admit, Margie continued, unless you're planning to go cross-country, there's not much I can give you. Pollock and Stollis are dead. Lou is in New York. Barnes has just vanished without a trace. What about Gerard? Margie took a bite of her eggs. Not a chance. Went crazy, like Unabomber crazy. He mailed all sorts of places letter bombs, anthrax scares. Jeez. Uncle Bill relented, and ordered himself a burger too. Jeez is currently in a mental institution. Turns out he was involved in MK Ultra and they'd been slipping him drugs for the last 30 years. He checked himself in when he started hearing his dead wife. Okay, who is still around? Uncle Bill got himself a Coke too. Max and Burton. Got any ketchup? I passed Margie the ketchup, and she squirted some out on her scrambled eggs. Burton set up shop in some of the caves in the mountains, Margie continued. Goes by the name Daniel Boone now. Uh-huh. Uncle Bill ate some fries. And Max? Somehow, Max went even crazier. You know the drunk guy on the corner of Steroid and Ayahuasca Street in Derby'sburg? Shit, that's him! Uncle Bill dropped his french fry in his ketchup. I got in a fight with him a few times. The one who's always rambling, all religious sounding? I asked, and spouting conspiracy theories. That's the one. Margie stole a few of Uncle Bill's fries. Shit, I got in a fight with him too. Hey! I was irked, but not really when Uncle Bill stole some of my fries. I stole some of his in return. Margie laughed. That sounds like Max. And you two. Good lord. For a moment, I forgot Margie was like some super spy or something, and just saw an old lady getting the Grand Slam at Denny's. Then, the old lady was gone, and the spy was back. If you can get through to Max, bring everyone here. We'll figure out what to do. I already have a few ideas. 30 years, Uncle Bill said. And you're still sharp as a tack. Thank you, William. I try. I smirked and chuckled a bit before looking over at Uncle Bill. Of course you work for the CIA. What? He stole a few more of my fries. You didn't? We all laughed. Welcome to Earth, Captain Rishi said, as the new recruits got off the landing craft and boarded the far tinier transports. After the nastiness of the hospital, and the chaos of the week after the footage was stolen, Commander deemed it necessary to send everyone in the Appalachian area some reinforcements. Rishi walked around the cramped interior of the craft as she talked. Less of a briefing theme, more of an old habit. No doubt, many of you have seen the rumours about this world on the datanet. The Navy's engineers had converted the planet's airports into spaceports. Rishi's trip into Baltimore to pick up her new girls at the... what did the humans call it? Baltimore Washington International Thurgood Marshall Airport? Yeah. This had been her first trip into a green zone since the invasion began. It had surprised her how it seems no different from her own little red zone whatsoever. Excited whispers filled the air as some of the girls looked at each other. The rumours are untrue. It was almost amusing how all the excited looks on her new girls turned to disappointment immediately. Not where we're going. Outside of the green zones, any male is to be regarded as dangerous. This isn't chill. The males here are near strong as any one of us, and they're vicious little brotherfuckers too. It gave Captain Rishi a sort of grim satisfaction to watch the reality of the sex planet sink in. Stupid reputation, really. It was then that the final passenger boarded, and Rishi's heart sank even lower than it had already been. Standing in the open bay, making a beeline for her, was an agent of the interior. A well-dressed agent, Rishi had to admit. She was a little jealous. "Very good, Captain Cosmonos." The agent clapped slowly. "Way to break their spirits!" The sarcasm was most obvious. All of a sudden, Rishi felt very self-conscious. She was fast-talking periphery trash and had the twang to prove it, but this here agent had a high-class sort of lit to her voice. If Rishi had to guess, this here lady was some of the classiest stock she'll had to offer. "I'm sorry," Rishi said. "Who do I have the pleasure of talking to?" "Ilicicia Stomarastar," the agent said, in that Turok's butter-smooth voice. "And there's nothing pleasurable about this visit at all." When she said this last bit, she dropped the accent. Now it sounded like she meant business. "I have been assigned to you to investigate the disappearance of Gotia Stamanitos' daughter. Would you happen to know anything about that?" Agent Samostar sat back down. I thought the interior moved her somewhere safe. Ray Stamantios was involved in an incident at a local hospital." Rishi got on her Omnipad and opened the file. "Thank you." Agent Samostar read through the file. It irked Rishi to hear that she had adopted the high-class voice again. "You're welcome." "Now," Samostar flipped over to another video. "This appeared on the human internet this morning. It seems to be security footage from the day in question." Rishi turned an ashen grey. There had been another incident at the hospital, in which a human had killed one of her girls last week, and stole the footage from the day in question. The Cyber Warfare Division had been hunting down every copy of the video and deleting it. That incident had proved especially efficacious at making people angry. "Oh, and Captain Cosmonos?" "Agent Somarstar?" Somarstar got real close to Rishi, and her voice got dangerously quiet. "If I find out that you had any involvement in this, I will fucking end you." "Yeah, okay."